section we're going to talk about breeding and morphs. This here is Rocky. Rocky is a German giant. He's about 25 to 26 inches in length. Specifications for a giant is over 24 inches. So if you've got one and you got it coming up, a lot of people are talking about giants and having giants or breeding giants. One of the key things about giants, if your dragon does not reach 24 inches, it is not a giant or a het. There's no such thing as a het for a giant. Giant is only shown as its form, which is the giant form. Just like the silky that we'll talk about later. So always remember when you're buying your dragons and you got people out there selling you stuff, if they say that the dragon is het for German giant, do not take it. It's definitely no such thing as a het for a German giant. So this is Rocky. Rocky is a citrus, tangerine citrus German giant. He is a German gene, not American gene. And everyone asks, what is the difference between German genes and American genes? German genes have a lot bulkier body, right? That's right. So he has a lot bulkier body. His lot thicker lizard. So there's your main difference. He'll definitely get a lot bigger, a lot fuller than your average giant. So I mean your American giants. So that's the difference between American giants and German giants. Is another morph. Next morph I have up is the hypo citrus. Hypo meaning lacking of black pigment. Most hypos will have all clear nails. All of their toenails will be clear, totally clear. So if you've got them and the nails are not clear but they are still showing the citrus, then it would not be considered a hypo, it would just be considered a citrus. So definitely look for the clear nails, bright coloration. A lot of my dragons are in breed mode right now, so they're showing really, really dark. This is Aphrodite's, I believe, or Hera, one of them, I'm not sure. But your average size on your bearded dragon, like I said, breeding age sheep. Another thing, breeding. You don't want a dragon this size. If you look at, I got a fairly decent sized hand. This dragon is not of size to breed at all. So another year she may be ready, properly eating. 2 to 3 years, 3 years preferably is the best age to breed your dragon. I wouldn't suggest anyone breeding a dragon under 2 years old, no matter if you think that it's ready or not. Next one I have up is, hey Paulo. Next one I have up is one of my favorites, something that just hit the market that's becoming very, very popular. This is the super hypo translucent, or hypo translucent. So if you look at it, it's very translucent. You can almost see through it. Pretty clear dragon, clear nails. All of his fingernails are really clear. Does a little frosting of lightness. Since it's so light, it almost looks white on the tip or the edges. Very nice dragon. Love how the translucents are just different. I mean, they're really cool as far as their coloration and pattern. If you're looking for something that's different, I mean, I can't describe it as anything other than different. This is the reason I said super hypo is because she has the black eyes. So if you look, her eyes are completely black. So there's actually no pigment in there. So really cool trait. Another female that is not of breeding age. As you see, she's a lot smaller than the one I showed you before. But I definitely want to keep showing people that because that's what I get. When should I breed and how often should I breed? You guys okay? You need help? Okay. If you do, just let me know. Next one I have up is a crimson red. I believe both of these are crimson reds. This is Apollo. If you look at the crimson red, they show a lot of the reds and the yellows. This is the stem of a lot of your red dragons. So a lot of your flame reds came from the crimson. and line breeding, well, not line breeding, but selective breeding to get that bright, intense red that you see in a lot of these dragons. So if you put this to a hypo, possibly hypo red or hypo flame or tangerine or citrus, you could definitely probably pull out some really nice colors and nice bright reds and oranges on the back of your dragons. You gotta learn about your genetics and what colors you can pigment and what layers certain colors are manipulated on. So next one, have another citrus red here. This is Deuces. Come here, Deuces. Deuces is a citrus red, but he also shows a lot of green or greenish barring on his back, so that's why we kept him. He's a little different than the other reds that came out. He's not as bright, of course, but his green, he has a greenish tinge or something to him that's a little different, so we kept him. So your crimsons can come in a lot of colors, a lot of different patterns. The key is breeding the best of the best. So if you find your dragons and you're getting your stock together and you want the best of the best, you want to go with visual, and at least this side, at this age, you'll know what they are and how they'll look as they get older. As you see, like I said, everybody's in breed mode, but Deuces here is definitely not of age to breed. Males can breed at about 18 months, so a little sooner than your females, but I would still suggest waiting to 2 years before breeding your males, even with your females. So now, before we get into genetics, since a lot of you have been waiting on that, and talk about how to produce a silky or silkback bearded dragon. This is Duchess. This is our silkback, and she's about a year old, just going on a year old. Genetics behind the silky just come out. A lot of them are hitting the market really strong this year, so you could probably pick you up a good silky for a really decent price right now. But to get this right here, to get a silkback, I'll go ahead and give you a quick genetic breakdown of how you could possibly get a silkback while breeding. All right.